So, hello guys, welcome to Crazy Tune Studios, and this is Ashish. Today we are going to see how we can do a CG compositing. CG means computer generated, computer graphics, whatever you can say. So, firstly, I will show you the output, and here we have it's a Kung Fu Panda film. It's not original one. That was this is we did it as a project, as a student project in previous years. So firstly, I'll show you what exactly it is. Must be you guys aware about this film. So it's a very simple scene where a character is walking and just looking koi hai kya, kind of that. So what was the challenge? So we have to replicate this scene or particular this shot. We have some 8 or 9 shots from film Kung Fu Panda, so we have to recreate it. So we did it, and we don't have that much resources whatever the studios having that time, but we tried to match that output. So on that footages I'm going to, on that renders in fact I'm going to show you how I did it. So let's start. For that particular comp I'm going to use Nuke. It's Nuke 8.1, I guess. Yes, 8. So earlier I told you that we don't have that much resources in the sense we don't have that much liberty to break all these passes in mini passes, like we are having beauty pass, and apart from beauty pass we don't have much information about key light, rim light, fill light, but though we tried to match that thing. So what we are having, we have in character passes we have only in BG passes we have only 4 passes, that AO, ambient occlusion, we have beauty, and we have diffuse, and we have another pass called indirect light. So later on we will discuss why we need these passes, but just to show you. And here we have some matte passes as well, in colored passes you can say. These are the same, so I can delete one. So this is our final output, and we have some other passes for character. It's character beauty again, so I can delete one. Character diffuse, character shadow, you are not able to see the shadow because it's black, you can see it in alpha. Okay, so another shadow I can delete it. So what we have very less information about that thing, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to, and yes, we have matte as well, right? So actually we are not having see, it's a Photoshop file, so you can see how much layers we have. I can anytime I can layer it out, so later on I'll show you how I can use it. But see, we have all these things. Okay, let's start with BG. We'll start with BG first. So there's nothing a rule, there is nothing like a rule that we have to follow that particular rule in compositing. So but normally what I prefer, always start with the beauty pass, or sorry, diffuse pass, right? So in diffuse pass, what is diffuse? Basically it's only information of color, how much color we have in particular pixels. See, in this pixel we have another color information, we have a bit brighter color information, we have darker color information. Diffuse is something like that. So only information of color, right? No depth, nothing, no character, we can say a volume, we don't have volume, only color information. So what we'll have with diffuse, I always prefer to use ambient occlusion. What ambient occlusion is? With the help of ambient occlusion, we can have the contact shadow, right? You see, where two objects are meeting, we have a shadow, contact shadow. By merging this, we will have a volume, or we can feel the weight, right? So what we have to do, we have to merge ambient occlusion on the top of diffuse, right? So what I will do, either I can type, or either I can hit tab and I can type merge. See, I have merged, or I can directly hit M on the keyboard and I have merged. A will be the foreground and B will be the background. So in background I need diffuse, and in foreground I need ambient occlusion, right? We'll organize this thing so flow should be neat and clean. Okay, now by selecting merge I can hit 1 so that I can see that thing in our viewer, right? So in merge we have lots of operations called blending modes. Later on we will discuss it in detail why blending modes we need to use. So always use ambient occlusion with diffuse in multiply mode. What happens, so bit darker here, I can increase the gamma value, so f-stop value, so that you can clearly see what exactly. If I'll show you, hit 1 on the keyboard and 2 on the keyboard, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now you can see we have a very good volume, right? So here everything is flat, and by merging ambient occlusion we have a volume kind of thing. We have something looking very good, right? We are shadow information, context shadow information, we can feel the roundedity of this object, everything. So what my point is, always use ambient occlusion with diffuse in multiply mode, right? So later on you can tweak all these settings. Firstly I'm going to show you how we can just layered it out, right? I'm going to do layering, nothing else, right? After merging ambient occlusion, what I'll prefer, always use light passes. Like here we don't have much light passes, but might be its possibilities, and in near future I will show you how we can complex shots. So there we will have key light, we have fill light, we have rim light, we have bounce light, all the multiple passes of light information. But here we have one indirect light. So here you can see a bit information of light. So what I'm going to do, just take another merge. Again I need this setup in background and this setup in foreground, right? So let me organize these things. Let me make some space so that everything will be organized. So here we are not, we can see changes. See, a bit information about light we are getting, but now the merge operation by default is in over mode, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change over to plus. So nothing change over will be here, but plus will be a good option, because we have a bit better information. We will have a better information. What I can say, see, I can show you. Might be, let me increase this thing, and plus 2 over a bit tiny information is changing. So always use to plus, or you can go for screen as well if you want more brighter values then, right? So we have our diffuse, we add ambient occlusion, we added a bit indirect lighting, and now we can use this thing as our key source, right? If I'm going to do something, I can hit tab, and then I can hit a color corrector or color correction. Okay, we have color correct node. So I'll show you. If I'm going to desaturate it, means I'm going to get rid of all color information. So what we are having, we are having a light information, right? So we can use this light information. See, light hitting on this wall, light hitting on this wall, light hitting over here. So we are going to use this information as a key light, right? So see, it's a very different way to use these things. So what I generally prefer to do, I'll show you. If I'll take merge this information in background, this information in foreground, and if I'll put operations on plus mode, so you can see we have a better information, right? Better information of color. But the problem is this, we are having a transparent character, but here we are having transparent character. Why? I'll show you. In diffuse we have character, right? In occlusion we have character, but in indirect lighting we are not having character over here, right? So we are having this ghosting effect or transparent character over here. So we'll fix it out, not to worry. So we are having this, right? What I prefer to do that, by adding CC, I'm going to desaturate it so that we will have only the color information, and rather than merging, I'm going to take a grade by hitting G on keyboard, and I'm going to take this information as mask. Or see, in grade, let me show you. If I'll grade it out or gain it out, overall we are getting overall information, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a copy node, right? I'm going to hook it out, and I'm going to use red channel to alpha, like this. See, are you getting alpha? We are getting white and dark information, right? Or either I can hook it over here as well, so we'll get a similar kind of information. And now I can use mask this thing, right? So let me organize it. So now I can grade it out like this. See how we are getting some information over here. So grade it out, or we can use something like this. It's totally up to you. You are going to use this kind of setup, or you can directly merge it out and we can do everything. Okay, in grade I can use with color information as well, like I can use red a bit higher, see, so I'll have that reddish information. So it's up to you, just to show you how we are going to do that thing. If you want to do like this, you can do like this. If you want to do like this, just do like this. It's not a rule that we have to use like that always, right? Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to do it on plus mode so that we can, sorry, have that information. And see, we here in merge, here we have a option called mix, that is called opacity. We can control the opacity of foreground. So if I'll decrease it, you can see we are getting this kind of information, because if I have to lower it down, the information of foreground from background, so I have to use this information. You can see better, see. So what I feel, it's very it's too vibrant, so I'm going to decrease it a bit, right? So like this. So now we have almost layered out our background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to import, and साथ के साथ what I'll do, I will merge my background. But see, what we have 1920, okay, right, it's great. So I'll merge my background too, right? See, matte paint we call it. So we have nice looking information. We just layering it out, layering it everything, so that we can have a structure, and after that we will tweak it out. I'll show you the final result as well. So we have our BG setup done. Now time for character setup. So it's very hard for me to find out where I can add them. I can add it separately, then I can add over here. But right now what we have character over here, but we don't have character over here. So what I'm going to do, character beauty. So let me do something like that. I'll have B and A same way, nothing much. And what I'll do, I have some information, I'll do it on plus, so that we have the color information as well, and I'll just lower it down a bit. Okay, and directly I'm going to merge that thing, foreground and background. Okay, so that we'll have that information. So just we are going to layer it out everything. So almost we done. One thing is missing is character shadow, right? We don't have much shadow. We are having this thing, and here we don't have any shadow, any kind of shadow, right? So what we are going to do, in fact, see what, here we are having a contact shadow, but here we don't have that, because we are losing that thing, right? Because here we don't have character, right? So what I will do, I have this shadow information, right? So I'm going to merge this information over here, right? So merge, it should be in foreground, it should be in background, and like this. See what happens. We are having a bit shadow kind of thing. See, are you getting Yeah, we are having a shadow information, right? We can go a bit further so we can see it. See, rather we can do something like rather than merging, what I will prefer, just take a grade, put it over here, and add this thing into mask, and in grade, see what I'll do. Are you getting? So with the help of this grade, we can tone it, or what I can say, we can make it the shadow bit darker as well. Like, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to just increase the some values, black point, white point, and see what we are having. See, we have a better shadow information, right? So, and what else we can do? See, we are having this alpha information. We can gain it up with alpha information as well with the help of grade. I will take grade, and this time I'm not going to use RGB. I am going to use alpha this time, right? And in alpha I'm going to make it bit stronger alpha, so that we'll have stronger information. See, we'll see now. See, are you seeing how we are going to control that thing? And we'll use a blur by hitting B, so shadow should not be that much sharp, so we'll use that thing. Now what we are having, we are having a character, we are having background, and now we have shadow as well. If I'll disable it, you'll see we are losing shadow information and all. But see, again I'm not getting contact shadow, cause here we have contact shadow, and after that what I did, I just overlapped this information with beauty, and in beauty we don't have that information, right? So what else I can do, I can try one thing. I can just take merge, I'll take this, I'll take this, and let me do a bit organized, and here I can try a bit. No, we are not having that information. So what actually I was trying to do, I was trying to get this contact shadow information. Okay, not an issue, we'll find out in different way. But here we have layering, right? So character is coming from this way, and just we have a bit information. Now I'll show you the output. In output, what we have, we are having a sun rays coming, a bit darker area over here. Okay, we have a bit enhanced area light over here. We have some other tweakings, or we can say beautification of things. So what I'll do, I'll try to make this thing, this what we can say rays. So we have lots of information, or we have lots of tools to do that thing. So quickly let me show you how I will do that. I will take a node called noise, right? You have this information, and we have scale in X and Y, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just scale it like this. So I have this kind of lines. So it's, see, we have this kind of lines. Now I'm going to transform it by hitting T. Okay, so let me rotate it in our desired angle. Must be something like that, right? Let me do one thing. Okay, something like this we have, and obvious we need to color it out. So I can take a CC color corrector, and I can take this thing, and I can use yellowish tone, orangish, not yellow. Kind of this color, right? And here we have alpha 2. I'm going to merge this thing over here because I need this information. So I'm going to hit M, foreground, background, and put that information over here and see what we have. See, but we don't need this thing. We need to come this light behind this wall, right behind this wall. So I need to cut it from here. So what I can do here, we'll have this mat, we'll use this mat. So if I'll get information of red, then I can easily cut it out, right? So I'm going to take a node called shuffle, right? And in shuffle I'm going to use red. But the problem is this, I'm having this information, but along with this yellow part is coming. Why it's coming? Because in yellow we have a mixture of red and green, right? But I need this information, only this information. So we are going to extract this information by another method called expression. I'm going to type some expressions. So for you guys, I just wait a second. Okay, so for you guys, I just wrote some expressions. If you are going to select red only, so what expression should be? So for red, it's R minus bracketed G plus B. Matlab, from red, you have to minus green and blue, right? So I'm going to copy it and just I'm going to paste it over here, but there will be a problem. Problem is this, nothing happens. See, what we need to do, we need to change channels RGB to RGBA, because we need alpha information, right? So now we are having our alpha information. I'll share this thing with you too. Okay, so we have that information and we need to cut it out. So how we'll do that? It's a very simple thing. I can take a grade node. I'll show some way. I'll take a grade node, and in mask I'll input this and see what we are having. In grade I'm going to just gain it down. Are you getting what I did? But the problem is this. Problem will be this. A transparency thing is coming. It's good. We'll fix it out. And in noise, I'm going to make a roto by hitting P, because I need this shape. Got it? I need this shape. Are you getting? So what I'll do, I'll just make a roto out of it. Hit spacebar and I can like something like this. I just randomly did that. And what else I'm going to do, I'm going to select all this and hit E to soften it out. We need to make soft edges, right? It's totally up to you how